You do realize that we just paid $60 for a focus group. Well, hell with it. These are my thoughts about the game. Hello Internet, I hope you're having an awesome day. My name is Media, also known as Hybrid Rain, and I welcome you to this part of the show where I talk about and analyze stuff that I've been seeing around the websites, internet, or even just playing video games, or even anime, or something that it's really important. We can call it like that. I mean, if you enjoy the show about analyzing stuff, I think it will be like a good choice to stick around. Please don't leave. I know, it's weird, but anyway. Coming back to I want to wrap up this week that we were talking about a little bit more about the price of games and what if this affects the quality of the content. So I gotta be honest with one thing about Titanfall. I talk a little bit more about Ground Zeroes on, but now I want to cover a little bit more of Titanfall because this game falls into that category. This game has been praised so much because it is I gotta admit, it is a fun game. It does brought some new stuff to the table, and it is a fun game that it was well done. That being said, it lacks content. It's bare bone content that it's not worth the $60, at least in my opinion. I mean, if I saw like a $60 game, I'm expecting at least a solid single player campaign. More complex multiplayer experience that it just doesn't involve leveling up, and that's about it. So I was saying at the introduction of this video that we paid for a focus group. Now, if you don't understand the concept of a focus group, because I had to even look at it a little bit more into specifics on the internet, these focus groups are meant to like find out what the people want, what will be like the requirements for a product, or what it will be like the opinions about certain stuff. And Titanfall was a focus group. It is the best example of a focus group here. There have been previous games that have done the same thing, but we never noticed. But right now in this generation, Titanfall was the best. It's the best example of saying that people paid for this game, so EA or Respawn know what to do on the next chapter or the next step on the franchise. And I'm saying this because it has already been announced that there's going to be a Titanfall 2. No doubt about it. There's going to be a Titanfall 2, but it doesn't mean they haven't said when it's going to be released. And here's a big problem. I hope this doesn't become like another 1 year release, because they will milk this franchise so bad that it will affect completely the quality of it. I hope it takes like at least 2 to 3 years to actually balance and do everything. And sure, support the original game with updates or DLC, but that it's worth with it. So since we're talking about that this was a focus group to know what the game should be, how people react to this game, I have a couple of things that I hope on Titanfall 2 or even on the following updates of Titanfall, they will put it there, because this will actually help out a lot the lifespan of this game, because it is a good game, but it has its flaws. Single player campaign, it's almost non-existent, and I'm kind of terrified that I hope they're not giving they're not giving the idea that single player, a game without single player, it's successful. Which, alright, yeah, multiplayer and all that will work, but at the same time, single player campaign or the story or the way to deliver the story should always be like a priority too. So I hope that this doesn't go well. This doesn't succeed in that way, and hopefully in the future we see like games like Titanfall that try to go expand more the multiplayer, go beyond delivering a single player campaign again. If they even had done something like StarCraft, that you basically when finishing a mission, you can go around your ship and know a little bit more about what's really happening and really understand the characters. That will have been work great. Why not try to use that kind of work format? But I digress. At least I want to acknowledge that the game is good. It's not that good. I hope it doesn't get like it's still getting praised by everyone. But if you enjoy like different kind of FPS, if you are tired of this generic FPS in this generation, Titanfall is a good option to go now. Now, these are my ideas to fix up a little bit the game to see like it has the right lifespan before the next Titanfall 2. Unless Titanfall 2 comes the next year, which will be completely I will referring this video later on. So. Let's go back with the Prestige and Generations. Prestige and Generations is basically when you go up to the top 50 level. That's the top of there. And that's about it. That's how much you have unlocked and everything. It's the top level. You can go back again and restart everything again, but you'll get like an emblem that you have done this like 1, twice, or 3 times, or over 10 times. The problem with here is that it doesn't make a difference. It should make a difference if you are a different kind of generation pilot. That being said, if you're a Generation Pilot 5, for example, you are able to, I don't know, customize your Titan. Or like at least do something different on the battlefield. Like maybe, your Titan can actually now have an extra boost. Or you'll have more damage. Not that more damage, but more shield, more protection. I mean, if you are battling against a Generation 10, for example, you'll say like, oh, damn, Generation 10 pilot, that's going to be it's going to be a hardcore match, or it's going to be a complete massacre because everyone else is just starting, but it should make a difference. Like weapons should be unlocked on different kinds of generations. Attachments should be unlocked on the generations. More variety of systems should be available after you generate your systems. And speaking more about that, maybe more burn cards, more different kinds of rare cards, and other options. Speaking of burn cards should be like a little bit more had like a more trading card game or collectible card game system where you can trade off your cards. You can get fusion cards, for example, and combine cards so they can become a more powerful card that you can even use on your Titans or even on yourself. Example, you can, for example, get combine 3 cards that will make when you're using your Titan, your ability, it's on all the time. So, for example, you have the radar ability. You can actually see around more, not just the map hack. Or it might sound overpowerful, but again, those cards, when you try to combine it, you will start using a lot of resources. So you have to really think about when using these burn cards. Now, again, a burn card will be used just once. So I'll think the balance there will really pretty much make the difference. More space on your cards for your cards should be an option too. So instead of just having 26 cards, which is it is insulting, you should be like every time you do a regeneration at least have like an expand of 5 cards. Like you can now carry 30, 35, 40, maximum 50 cards. You can have like different kind of expansion packs too. If you win a match, you get like an expansion pack. You can choose like, okay, I want this expansion pack because I know this one comes with movement cards, or this one will give me more power-ups on my weapons. And if you lose, you only get like a random booster pack or something like that. Rare cards and all that. This will cover like people that are like collecting stuff or really feel like they are achieving something by collecting. Be perfect. People will try to actually trade off cards and all. It will be like a system that will help the game go a little bit more further. Now the AI, for God's sake. Okay, I understand the concept that the grunts have to be like the minions or the creeps on this kind of game, but there should be like some kind of competence on these AIs, or at least for the future, if you can actually balance it a little bit more, it will be incredible. Like, for example, start with only specters, or if someone has a card, burn card that actually starts spawning specters, it will make a lot of tides to the difference on the battlefield. Maybe make the AI more difficult, or choose when you're trying to get your map or in the settings while trying to play a game that you will play against a really hard AI, a really intelligent AI. Now, maybe you'll feel like, oh no, but now you will get like really hard your Titan, or it's gonna be really hard for the character. Well, one thing is on single player. If you remember in Call of Duty, playing like on veteran is freaking hell sometimes. But now we're talking about a matchmaking with that same kind of difficulty for the AI, but with 6 players, 6 human players. That will make a difference trying to make a game like this. It will be like a little bit more challenging to get your Titan, because you know that if you're facing a group of 6 or 8 people, you know by numbers, even if you're a good player, you're gonna die. So, and I think it all will work. Also, a little bit more about it. Gender. I want to see like female grunts too. Why not? I mean, we have female pilots. Why not female grunts? It will make a lot of funny conversation too to do. Like more serious conversation about the warfare. I mean, it will give a little bit more of variety in it. So why the hell not? Spectres or minions should be like able to be used by the pilots if they're in their suits, or I mean in their mechs. Big example, when you start in the last mission of the game, you see specters actually rated down to a Titan and taking it down. Why not with the hacking ability that people don't even use, only for the turrets? If you see like a group of specters, hack them, have it on your personal army, and use them against the enemy, against a Titan, maybe for distraction, or even if you have enough, they will destroy the Titan immediately, or it will take a little bit more time. Being a little bit more creative with that will make sense to some of the gadgets and tiers that we have on this, because the ice pick that you unlock on level 43, you won't be using it at all, to be honest. I mean, since the game is really fast-paced, I don't think it's gonna work like that, unless you do have a little bit more of effect for the hacking. But I digress with the AI. I hope for the future it gets a little bit more smarter. By the way, I have my notes here. That's why I'm looking a little bit more here on this time. So maps on this should have a little bit more variety, because it feels like, although I understand that the Titans are like the main core of this game, they're forgetting that sometimes the classes don't go very well. Case in point, the what is it called? The sniper class in this game, it's basically useless. You can try to be a sniper in this, but it doesn't have like a reliability to be. I mean, people are jumping around. It is too fast-paced for the sniper that there's not a lot of people that aren't using it. So try to make maps where focus a little bit more that you will be using your sniper will work perfectly well with that. Options for selecting your map when you're doing the whole waiting on the lobbies. That will be great. Private lobbies. Please start with private lobbies. I know that we're getting a DLC for that, but still, private lobbies for a multiplayer game should be like the first thing that we should have. So, and again, options for the AI when you're selecting the map will work perfectly well. And game modes. Game modes are something that are lacking on this. And I know there's going to be like season packs and DLC, but the problem is that we don't know what they're gonna bring. We don't know if it's going to be modes or if it's just going to be maps. So I hope they bring like new maps and modes to play, because if they just bring like the classics, like friendly fire, free for all, or even like oddball, I hope they use like the mechanics to make it a little bit better. For example, we have a game of Capture the Flag. Why not in the next updates get Capture the Titan? And how do you capture a Titan? Well, instead of destroying it, you ride the Titan, you hack the Titan, and then you pop open for 5 seconds, or a little bit limited of time, the hood of the armor. You kill the pilot, and then hijack her Titan, and later on get it on a certain evac place, and you get a point because you captured the enemy's Titan. Something like that will be like a good option instead of just destroying the enemy's Titan. Pilots versus Titan. Maybe everyone is a pilot, but they have to destroy the Titans. It's a good way to challenge and learn how to battle against a Titan when you're on your own. So people can do that right now, but maybe a challenge like that will work. For example, with the minions. evac. Protect the people, the minions or the creeps, whatever you want to call them, and guide them to the evac point. And whoever evacs faster and more people wins. That will work fine. Now, what about like an HQ or protect or a different kind of hardpoint? Well, how about maps where you have to stay on a certain place and you're attacked by the fauna or the dinosaur dragons things that they have on this universe? Whoever constructs faster their evac beacon, for example, will be evac and the other team will die. Simple as that. It will be like kind of funny to try to battle at the same time minions or survive, like kind of a survival wave things until you construct your beacon for escaping. So why the hell not? I think that's all I can come up with for what maybe a game like Titanfall should have. I know I'm a little bit longer in this episode, and I'm sorry I'm getting a little bit hard on this, but again, I wanted to wrap up this week with more of this kind of focus group. But, well, what do you guys think? Do you think that Titanfall actually lives to the expectations? Do you think it lives to the hype? Do you think that modes like this or more options for free will actually make worth this game? Let me know in the comments down below. So I think we'll end up with this. I'm sorry I'm taking a little bit longer in this episode, but I hope you understand and all. And let me know if you want in the comments if what else will you add to this about a single player campaign, multiplayer campaign, pilot loadouts, weapons, or what is your initial thought about this? So I think that will be it. So like always, people, comment, discuss, be the response. We'll be talking about it next time. My name is Gerardo Magia, also known as Hyper Rain. See you guys next week.